Hi there, this is Tom Lee. I'm the Chief Investment Officer of Fundstrat Capital and the lead portfolio manager for Fundstrat's U.S. Large Cap Granny Shots ETF. This is our update for the week of November 2nd. First, let me cover some particulars. As of October 31, the price of Granny Shots ETF was $25.99, net asset value of $25.97, and total assets of $3.65 billion. Over the past week, Granny Shots has gained 1% compared to a 0.72% return for the S&P, or 30 basis points of relative outperformance. Year-to-date, Granny Shots is up 30% compared to 17.5% for the S&P 500, or relative outperformance of 1,260 basis points. And in terms of monthly fund flows, for the month of October, Granny Shots gained $570 million. And as you can see, it's the second best month since the launch of the Granny Shots ETF in November of last year. I want to talk about third quarter earnings season. This week, there are going to be 11 of the 39 Granny Shots reporting results. Probably the most notable of that this week will be Palantir on Monday after market, but markets are also going to closely watch Robinhood. And so far, 80% of Granny Shots who've reported, that's 21 companies, have been beating results. Now here's a snapshot of what to expect for this week. As you can see, marked in red are the Granny Shots ETFs. And that gets us to earnings season. We're in the last of the heavy weeks for earnings. 136 companies report this week. And after that, earnings really taper off. And so far, of the 318 companies that have reported, 85% are beating results, which is a good earnings season. And in terms of bottom line earnings growth, the S&P earnings growth is going to come in around 14%. And for the Russell 2000, 46%. And in the S&P, 5 of the 11 companies are reporting double-digit earnings growth, led by technology. In the Russell 2000 small cap, 7 of 11 sectors are reporting double-digit earnings growth. And a final point on macro is the shutdown. We're entering 26 days now. As you can see, only 15% see a chance that this shutdown is resolved this week. 47% see it being resolved after November 16th. So again, an extended shutdown. And let's talk about Granny Stock performance. For the past week, the top 5 performers were Caterpillar, Amazon, NVIDIA, Palantir, and Google, of which 3 of these are due to strong earnings. And of course, there's some AI catalysts related to NVIDIA and Palantir. On the bottom 5, it's Vistra, Strategy, Oracle, Meta Platforms, and Garmin. Now, Meta and Garmin were down on earnings. Strategy, of course, is tied to Bitcoin's price, and Vistra is going to report earnings later this week. In terms of styles and themes, the global labor suppliers was the best performer, followed by energy and cybersecurity, and thirdly is style tilt. That's it for now. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you soon.